Hello there, all you wonderful lovelies. 'Tis I, Griddle-san, aka Lynn, and allow me to welcome you back to another episode of Digimon ReArise. And before I get into any more of it, does anybody on here know how to properly work OBS and connect it to a Switch? Because my god, I've spent the last 24 hours driving myself insane. Because I cannot get this stupid thing to work properly. Other than that, kind of an announcement, we have hit 500 subscribers, which I should be happy about, and I am. I'm just more annoyed by the whole stupid Switch thing at the moment. Because I was going to play for you guys some Monster Hunter stories too, because I finally got a copy after it's been out for almost a week. GameStop did not realize they did not have the demand that met the they did not have the supply that met demand. Also, they have introduced supercharged personality Digimon, who are apparently stronger than the previous Digimon that have been put out so far. I don't know if that includes X antibody, which I call bullshit. I don't care how fabulous your aura and personality is. You survive Digimon Apocalypse, you're the strongest. Yes, now we got some new items. We got 3 new supercharged Digimon going on. Main story milestone campaign. Oh, that is for season 2. We're not in season 2 yet. So they're doing the clash battle thing where gotta do those and then you get the rewards and whatnot. Oh boy, just gotta do these things real quick. Bonk. You ready to Digivolve? Let's get you in a better mood. Here, have a cookie. And have one more. There you go, now you're ready. A black toy Agumon! Rockstar. Punch flavor. I had a good one the other day. It was 0 sugar, but it was the only one at the store that was different. I can't find green apple anywhere. It was watermelon kiwi. Not bad. Super badass! Bonk. Let's see. What will he Digivolve into? He'll just go as far as ultimate. Yeah, you're not gonna get very far in my care. These are randomized, so we start doing these. Bonk. And it froze because fuck this game and its ridiculous bullshit. Try that again without it being a pain in the ass. A hearty, compassionate Digiegg. Bonkules. There, you got num-nums. You get so much bacon, it's not like it matters. And you get the bacon. Look at that, we already got the bond. Got so much random bacon. And then you're happy. And then you get this, and you get this. And you get a random strawberry. And then you get a fish. And you get these nuts. Haha. Jokes. And that. And that. He's almost got Max Bond. Max James Bond. Alright, let's claim these rewards. Get a shit ton of these. Bonk. Bonk. Oh yeah. All that yum 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 social points. Get in here. Got a new set of mission challenges to do and all that crazy goodness. Whatchamacallit? Stamina has been cut in half again. I believe as a response to these, new updates. But that's good, that's good, that's all goody good. Because, oh shit, only 2 friendships away from having max friends. I'll probably edit those because, you know, people don't. I cut out the people that are like not logging in after 3 days. Alright. I've gotten him ready. He's almost ready. I just need to get him to that next Digivolution level. But yeah, we got our Galantmon X. Yeah. He's gonna be cool. Might be able to rock on the team. Just as soon as I finish his stats out. And now let's see how long the loading will take! Surprisingly not that long. You don't expect him to turn into this. Like your shoes. Da-na-na-na! Galantmon X antibody! I'd actually prefer it if you replaced Crusadermon. Well, she made it into... Oh, I like that. Well, she made it into the listing. It's like... She's also weak as hell. And by that I mean she's slow. She never really gets her attacks in before the enemy gets to do a shit ton of damage to us. Alright, I gotta level him up first. I wonder if today was the day the Blitz portal happens. If that's the case, if I run low on these bits, which I did, but he made it to 69, I could get him the rest of the way. Let's see, yeah, he's catching up on her. Let's see the Dimensional Vortex real quick, and then we'll get on with the story. I don't have that much plugin. There we go. I thought it was Blitz. It's Burst. This will give us a shit ton of bits. And I need to do these anyway. You're gonna be replaced, Crusadermon. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, we hit 500 subs. Which means the video goal has been reached. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I'm okay with doing it. I mean, it was a goal I intended to do anyway since we did the Stick of Truth. I've just been enjoying, like, browsing through Digimon. And if I can get this stupid OBS capture card bullcrap to work, you know how much more I could play for the channel? I wouldn't just be limited to the PC stuff. But it's being a massive C word. Like, I finally got some of the issues down, like, fixed with it, and then another issue would pop up, and then it restarts the previous issues, and then I get all upset. Alright, let's see you. Do. Oh yeah, he went up. He's past Crusadermon. And then you come here, and this is here, and you get Buffer. And we can do that too, but we can also train him another 10 levels to where he beats the shit out of her. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Oh, 3 levels away. But he's still stronger than her, so we know how that's gonna go. Either way, for today's Digimon lore talk, we're going to be discussing the digital world itself. I've talked about what is a Digimon, I've talked about its Digivolutions, I talked about its hierarchy of what is essentially God and the demon lords. But the digital world itself I haven't spoken of, at least not in depth. And it's different from season to season, though it all interconnects. So it's kind of a little crazy thing. Alrighty. Go to the team section. Bum 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 bum. And the recommended team now is Millennium. I'm getting to the first place. That's a little different, but it's probably just base stats. Once the plugins are equipped, it's probably different. I break all my toes. Hey, he's not that higher. Bonk. And top pick here. And top pick here. Top pick you. And then Patang! Oh sweet, so I actually have on the team 3x antibodies. I would have 4 if I can get the that War Greymon to come in. So you know that would probably do that. Waiting on you. And I'm not sure how strong he'd be if I ever got... Ooh, where is he? Ah, dang it, where'd he go? Looking for you, looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. I don't see him. Where's my OG? My OG guy who should have turned Ultra. Oh, there he is. Purple. Forgot. Yeah, I have no idea what his stats would be once I get him here. Megamon Zwart D. No way that's still considered holy. Nah. Yeah, but I have no idea how strong he would be. Oh yeah, they also implemented a personality, rock, paper, scissors type deal. So now we gotta deal with that as well. But you know, it's no biggie. Now we got ourselves stronger digital team. Making sure it is still in the proper order and get everybody in else. Ah, fuck, legs are falling asleep. Yeah, that's the proper order. Bonk. Bonk. Because it makes me make 3 teams, so I just have them identically in case I screw up the order. But yeah. That's all good. Let's get into the story. And we shall talk about the digital world. Also called the Digi World. Okay, yeah, that's all good. We haven't hit season 2, and there's no other side stories, right? It was just that one with the sister. Alright. So we good. It's good that they're half off, because frick, they were getting expensive. A superb mood. Perfecto. Also known as the Digiworld, exists as parallel to Earth, which has an intimate data of Earth's telecommunications network. And I think my mic came loose for a moment, which I hope doesn't happen again. Let's see, the overview. According to Digimon-Tamer's Brave Tamer, the digital world's beginnings can be traced back to the earliest 20th century with the activation of the Anasoft Berry computer, the first computer which laid the basic foundations of the world. Subsequently, the first patented computer, I'm going to butcher the name, ENAC, was activated and proceeded to build upon those foundations, shaping the digital world. Over the ensuing years, through the growth of electronic communications on Earth, the digital world continued to expand even after the ABC and ENAC were shut down. There are multiple alternate incarnations of the digital world, each with one running parallel with multiple Earths existing in the multiverse. That's right, take that, MCU. We got a multiverse going on here for Digimon. Alright. The different Digimon anime series are set in separate digital worlds. The basic mechanics, locations, and inhabitants of the digital world appear in each through the individual natures, origins, and histories vary greatly. Similarities between those various digital worlds exist, however, they're all basically parallel to Earth's geography features. There are continents, islands, deserts, mountains, oceans, and almost all kinds of terrain one finds on the topography of Earth. However, as data is easy to modify, and considering that the digital world is made up of data and the features of any particular area of the digital world are subject to immediate and drastic alteration at any time. Such as in Adventure, when the File Island got all sorts of f***ed up and became Spiral Mountain. That was some messed up stuff. However, let's see. Drastic change. For example, a gigantic mountain can be formed in moments, or portions of islands can be scattered across the sea with ease. The true malleability of the digital world makes it a frequent target of attack from humans with ill intentions. 'Cause people can't stop being douchebags. Although ordinary animals are known to exist in at least some of the digital worlds, the dominant life forms of all the realities are Digimon. Digimon are sentient creatures also made of data. It is possible for Digimon to travel to the real world, what humans call Earth, though this requires the opening of some sort of dimensional wormhole in either the digital world or the real world. That's right, we can blame Stephen Hawking for giving us Digimon. Thank you, Stephen. Rest in peace. Most of humanity does not know of the digital world's existence. The few humans that do either program some aspect of the original version or were summoned by a Digimon or other digital being. On rare occasions, however, a wormhole or portal can appear on Earth, allowing people unknowingly to enter the digital world. And that's where you can write your fanfictions, kids! Let's see, there's a main article for Digimon Adventure, but now taking part in the TV series, we're going to talk about Digimon Adventure 1, 2, and Try. It does not, however, mention the reboot in these articles, which kind of annoys me. I would like to know the differences there. The digital world featured in Adventure and its sequels 02 and Try. This incarnation of the digital world runs closely parallel to two other dimensions. One is a kaleidoscopic world of dreams that possesses the power to transform beliefs into reality, and the other is the world of darkness, the grim and foreboding dark ocean that has the ability to make dark thoughts in others come to life. The digital world is tied very closely to these worlds and has absorbed a fraction of the former's power to bring thoughts to life. This power, combined with the data of the digital world, gave life to human thoughts, dreams, spiritual beliefs, and myths in the form of Digimon. I guess that's their way of saying how stuff on the internet, like Wikipedia, Wikipedial articles about mythologies could then be turned into subsequent Digimon. That's at least my thought on how that works. Sub-boss with a main skill. Okay. As explained by Genai, who I believe is only in the Adventure series, the reason why the digital world has primitive and modern things is because of data deleted from the real world. For example, if someone were to create a construction project but had to shut it down and deleted it for good, that data would then be sent to the digital world and the construction project would continue to build there. Which, if it wasn't finished, I don't know how that would happen. Unless some Digimon started to take over the project. I don't know how that would happen. Okay. You, and you. And I'm just gonna click on Millennium Mon. Oh! Did we do it? Or did somebody accidentally go punchy? Okay, they did the thing. Yay! I still want to get my Grand Drachmon out of this. And I think he's the only... Like, there's only one left. One summoning area left to get a Venom Herissmon, which annoys the shit out of me. Let's see. Continue the digital world. And... Let's see. Brave. Super Brave. Well, I don't have any Super Braves, but I do believe Brave is red, and I don't think I have any red on my team unless Gallantmon was red. No. It's mostly a blue team. Shit. Alright, gotta build a team. In this universe, Digimon's life cycle... the Digimon life is... cycle! When a Digimon reaches the end of their life, their data, which makes them up, will disperse, only to reform in primary village. You know, sounds nice. Or it takes the form of a Digi-Egg. Hunky-dory type things. And then we got the yellow. Got a red. I'm gonna need purple. And I'm gonna need green. I have very few green, that is for sure. At least worthwhile green. Oh, Lord help me if I hit one of those with that needs finishing on the sub-boss with a special. I'm not gonna enjoy that. What the? How did I end up... God dang it. Either way, the eggs are tended to by Electmon and hatch out into baby Digimon so that the Digimon can live their lives over again. You know, cuteness. And they do this over and over and over for infinity. There are also some evidence to suggest that the data of evil Digimon does not reform in primary village, but rather is sent to the world of darkness. Ooh, spooky. Many locations in the digital world are named after computer programs and hardware. For example, two of the continents in the digital world are named Folder Continent and Server Continent. File Island is a key location in this digital world too, home of primary village, and is a form of nexus point in the world's data. Now for some backstory. Several decades before the events of the series, Apocalypmon and his Dark Masters, aka Piedmon, Puppetmon, Metal Seedramon, and Machinedramon, came to the digital world from beyond the Wall of Fire. It's basically a firewall, literally, causing the digital world to become warped in both space and time. To defeat this being the original 5 Digidestin, including some people mentioned in, I believe, Tri and or Last Evolution, were chosen and brought to the digital world. Their Digimon were able to defeat the Dark Masters and fend off Apocalypmon, becoming the harmonious ones in the process. Except one of them. One of them died, giving a sacrifice. Sad. The children's legend was famed throughout the digital world, with temples erected as memorials and prophecies made stating that a new generation would arise when the digital world would need them again. Hence we got 8 more. While their Digimon became the guardians, the 4 regions, you know, Ultra Mega Chicken, Two-Headed Turtle Boy, the White Tiger, and Azulongmon, the Blue Dragon. Azulamon in particular being the guardian Eastern region, where most of the Japanese Digidestin adventures take place, because, I don't know, reasons, I guess? When Apocalypmon eventually returned to the digital world and his Dark Masters sealed away the harmonious ones, not sure how they did that, but, you know, apparently they did, a new group of 8 children were selected. They thought 4 wasn't good enough, so they decided to double it. And they became the Digidestin. They were transported to the digital world, and the result of their eventual victory over Apocalypmon, the flow of time in the digital world was resynchronized with Earth's time. Yeah, because during adventure, the flow of time was so out of whack that I don't remember the span of amount of time it took from when they first entered the digital world to when Tai and defeated Edamon and ended up back in the real world, but it was basically the same day. Maybe an hour apart on Earth, but in the digital world it had been weeks to maybe a month or 2. that's how out of sync it was. Time moved much faster into the digital world as opposed to the real world.
But then they fixed it.
In Digimon 02, the dimensional balance of the digital world came under threat again by Mr. Oikawa, a sympathetic human with a very reasonable endgame. All he wanted to do was get to the digital world because him and his best friend had always wanted to go there. And then his best friend died. So it was up to him to fulfill the wish. And somehow he created Arukenimon and Mummymon out of his own DNA. It got weird. Alright. But other than that, it got even weirder because he was possessed by the digital ghost of Myotismon from Adventure. And let's see. And he used agents such as Ken Ichijoji, aka the Digimon Emperor, and of course Mummymon and Arukenimon to erect huge black obelisks known as the Control Spires around the digital world, which destabilized all reality around it so he could gain access to it. The culmination of this plan resulted in the revelation of the digital world's existence to the entire world at large, and apparently 25 years after after 02 happens, all humans pretty much have a Digimon partner.
So, yeah. Everybody gets a Digimon. You get a Digimon, and you get a Digimon. It's pretty much Oprah's Day on Digimon.
But they don't mention what happened in Last Evolution here, so that's kind of a bummer. I did kind of mention it in the previous, where thanks to the world reboot, the Digimon that died in the real world were able to go back into the cycle of reincarnation in the digital world, which means, well, maybe Myotismon could come back. I'm not entirely sure. After the whole Mylomyotismon destruction thing. Yeah, it's entirely possible his data was able to reincarnate again after it was destroyed by Paildramon fighter mode. But also the Ghost of Wizardmon that was at the Tokyo TV station. He's now able to return to the digital world and go through his cycle of reincarnation. Alright, on to Digimon Tamers. Tamers features a very different digital world from that was depicted in the first two series. These are not Jar Jar Binks. Now I'm gonna need a sub-skill. Not happy. In the earliest stages of its existence, this incarnation of the digital world was little more than a barren desert.
It wasn't very fun.
As it grew alongside the Earth's communication network, however, it evolved and changed in dynamic ways, with more and more layers coming into existence on top onto the old ones. The oldest layer is the original desert plain, and the highest is home to the 4 Digimon sovereigns. Because they're dicks, they have to be the guys in the penthouse suite that rule over the digital world. And the in-between lie many small universes, self-contained environments, specially suited for the Digimon that live there, including but not limited to the area of clouds and clockwork, a warped black and white town, I would call it Rubber Hoseville, an area of forests, lakes and rivers, and a world entirely composed of water. Can you scream amusement park setup? Random packets of discarded data often roam the digital world like tumbleweeds. That seems weird, and can be used to help repair and heal injured Digimon. Okay, not so weird anymore. Although the digital world has both a night and day, there are no transitional periods between the two, with darkness instantly sweeping across the world like a sheet. Visible in the sky no matter what plane it is viewed from is a pulsing globe of code and light, which represents the Earth. From it, intimate data streams vast columns of energy which reach into the digital world and manipulate its digital matter, physical representations of acts performed on computers across the world. Dear God, so somebody could write a terrible fan fiction, it could affect all of the digital world. That's terrifying. Should an individual be caught in a data stream, they will be swept into it and
deposited elsewhere on any of the digital world's potential planes. Between Earth and the digital world is a warped region of interdimensional space where reality is in constant flux and defined only by the perceptions of individuals passing through it. Kind of like that divider bubble. Alright, Digimon are in fact not native to this digital world, having been created by a group of teenage computer programmers in the late 1980s as an experiment into the development of artificial AI. When the project was shut down due to lack of funds, their primitive digital life forms accidentally found their way into the digital world, where they began to grow and evolve. To quote, what's his name? Jeff Goldblum, life finds a way. And a rock star. One of these programmers was Shibumi. Why does he sound familiar? I want to say that's like the crazy dude who just comes off as this nut, but he just knows everything. Shibumi observed this and wrote an algorithm that allowed the Digimon to evolve beyond their original specifications and truly become individual life forms. He was the guy who saw the big picture. For Digimon in particular, yeah, we get where this is going, evolved into especially powerful forms and became the aforementioned sovereigns. Ah, man, I didn't pay attention to the star. Well, collect these resources and retry. Digital world does not have native life forms, however. Oh, it does have native life forms in the form of Diginomes, the first form of artificial life who evolved from the matter of the digital world itself before Digimon. And I need to put on a sub-skill. Alright, the Diginomes tend to the welfare of the digital world and have mysterious powers that allow them to grant the wishes of others. Why? They're not genies. Otherwise, Digigenie would be a thing, but I don't know. Just sounds silly. Bonk. Bonk. Put on all the sub-skills. Alright. Another definitive feature of this digital world is that any Digimon that dies is dead indefinitely. While in other digital worlds, the death of a Digimon usually results in an infinite cycle of rebirth, Digimon in the digital world of Tamers are turned into data upon their deaths. In most cases, this data is absorbed or loaded by other Digimon in order to power up to Digivolve. However, this is contradictory to Rika's claim that Digimon return to where they came from after their death. And then again, that bitch don't know shit. Oh, come on. How'd I not kill... Who punched? God dang it. While conducting secret information gathered by the network of Japanese signet organization Hypnos became aware of the existence of the digital world, and Digimon, which they dubbed Wild Ones, a term used in the Matrix Evolution theme song of Tamers as well as the opening theme of Frontier. I don't remember that at all. Sometimes after this, Digimon began to appear in the real world, possibly due to Hypnos' inadvertent creation of a weak spot in the border between the worlds with the use of the Juggernaut, a program designed to send errant Digimon back to the digital world or erase their data from the real world. Basically, a murder machine. Digimon murder machine. Patent pending. Coming at you now. Don't punchy the Pixie-mon. You son of a bitch! I literally saw you do that. God dang it, Metal Gurumon. Why did you do that? Alright, let's see. Program designed to do that. Alright, Digimon materialization on Earth through a known process as bioemerging. Dun dun dun! Which begins when the barrier between the world is temporarily sundered to allow their passage through. The interaction of the two dimensions creates digital fields, small gray fog banks, which allow Digimon to synthesize false proteins and convert themselves into physical forms after interacting with Earth's electromagnetic field. At least they bother to explain it. It's not like, they do this magic. Like, at least the show bothers to try to give a semi-scientific explanation. Do not duck me over. Use the skills. There you go. Alright, these digital fields can appear in random locations instantaneously and often with little warning, which makes for fun games of tag. Next level. In addition to Hypnos and the original programmers, aka the Monster Makers, initially the only humans to be aware of Digimon in the digital world were a small group of children known as Tamers. Alright, this one's fine. I don't have to observe it at all. Let's see. These Tamers had been chosen by the Diginomes to become partners with Digimon. Alright, so they are, in a sense, a form of Digidestined, because they're hand-selected. To be partners with Digimon, and the creatures had used Shibumi's algorithm to bond human and Digimon together as partners via the D-Power, which was that version of Digivice. Uh-oh. Looks like my Herissmon has got the red eye. That doesn't look good. Alright, let's see. However, with the progression of the series and the increase in Digimon activity on Earth escalating from small skirmishes between the Tamers and a single Digimon with little to no damage to the Tamers' home city, to more devastating occurrences and eventually a massive city-devastating battle with the Deva and finally the full-scale invasion of the D-Reaper, the existence of Digimon in the digital world eventually became public knowledge. It's a little hard to hide a giant bio-digital attack that consumes a good chunk of Japan. Little hard to cover that up. Just a wee bit. Though initially in the lore for Adventure, when the Greymon and Parrotmon attack, and the children see that, and that's eventually what leads them to becoming Digidestined, it's written off in the news as a terrorist attack. Because no one else in the apartment building, aside from these 8 children, saw a T-Rex battling a giant parrot. So it's a terrorist attack. Alright, onward to Frontier, which I think is a little smaller in scale. The digital world for Frontier is divided into 10 regions, each one representative of the world's 10 elements. Flame, light, ice, wind, thunder, earth, wood, water, steel, and darkness. At least something bothered to put light and dark in the same thing. Wish they would do that for a Digidestined. I want to see a Digidestined of darkness, damn it. Or at least the crest of darkness. I want to know what the symbol on it is. Alright, a massive network of train tracks crisscross the planet with a terminal in each region, allowing the train-like Digimon, aka Trailmon, to ferry passengers from one region to the next. The most distinguishing feature of this digital world is that everything exists in the form of fractal code, the command code for any data. Fractal code is usually hidden. You can also think of it as source code. But once it's either uncovered or has its key taken, it can be digitized, which in turn unlocks the data of that item or individual in question, allowing it to be manipulated. In most cases, this leads to the data being absorbed, an action frequently frequently done by the villains of the series. Conversely, the fractal code is rendered. It restores the data to its intended shape and form and locks it back into place. If a Digimon has its fractal code scanned, but their data is not completely absorbed, then it will reconfigure itself into a Digi-Egg, which then transports itself to the Village of Beginnings, where, after being tended to by Swanmon, it will hatch out into a new baby Digimon and start its life over again. I find it weird that for a giant massive planet, in Adventure and in Frontier, all the babies are looked after by a single Digimon, and a relatively small one. Electmon's just a rookie, but he's about the size of
like, not a small dog, but I say a house cat to medium dog. Maybe like an English bulldog size. Meanwhile, Swanmon may be a champion level, but it's still maybe about 4 feet tall. I don't see why it's a single Digimon raising after the entire population of babies. Alright, in ancient times, the digital world was wrecked by a massive war between the human and beast-type Digimon. I meant human type and beast type, because there's racial divide for some reason. Why can't we all just get along? Alright, but that war was ended when the angel Digimon Herissmon appeared and brought it to an end, leading to a period of peace. And then you know how that goes. It does not last. However, Herissmon eventually grew corrupted and became a tyrannical ruler, prompting the emergence of the 10 great legendary warriors who embody the 10 elements. I'm guessing you figured out this theme. After a mighty battle, the 10 legendary warriors were able to defeat Herissmon and imprison him in the dark area deep within the center of the digital world. This particular digital world is also orbited by 3 moons, a red, a yellow, and a blue. It's possibly symbolizing data, virus, and vaccine, but traditionally those colors are red, green, and yellow. So, At least 2 of the digital moons are inhabited. The blue moon has the moon base, and the yellow moon contains the remnants of the village of beginnings. So the babies are born on the moon. That's out of this world, man. Haha, had to get a joke in. Alright, Digimon X Evolution. I don't know this one. Ooh, goody, another clash. Digimon Digital Monsters X Evolution is a standalone movie independent of any anime series, though it features the same digital world depicted in Digimon Chronicles and Digimon D Cyber, both of which I know nothing. The new digital world is a region of subspace created by the host computer Yggdrasil. Oh look, he had to come back. Or she. It's weird because he's got that little girl phase. When the original digital world reached maximum capacity, which I didn't think could be a thing, it is divided into 3 terminals which represented the digital world's primitive, modern, and futuristic regions. I don't like how that sounds. Herb Terminal is the area of volcanoes and jungle inhabited by ancient and dinosaur-type Digimon. Skuld Terminal is an area of cities and factories inhabited by cyborg and machine-type Digimon. And Verandai Terminal is a temperate area inhabited by normal Digimon. Sounds like it could be racist. Traveling between these layers effectively travels through time, and so the 3 layers together are known as the Chronicle layers. This setup allows Digimon to evolve without accumulating data in the host computer. Okay. I'm sure that does something, somehow. Me no smart. Me be dumb brain. When the original digital world reached maximum capacity, the digital hazard began, which Yggdrasil totally did that, setting in motion the destruction of that digital world. Because he was a dick. Ah, man. Oh, okay, main skill. I'm waiting for that horrible one to happen. Yggdrasil initiated Project Art, in which he would delete the access data using the X program. Bum, 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 and transfer a small amount of selected Digimon to the new digital world. Get it? It's a Noah's Ark joke! However, many Digimon developed an immunity to the virus known as the X antibody, which not only allows them to survive, but in fact increase their power. Because fuck you. That's how immune systems work. Crazy logic.
These ex-Digimon travel to the new digital world on their own because they don't give no fucks. Main skills. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And in response, Yggdrasil sent his servants, the Royal Knights. Okay, they're giving him a male pronoun. Then why does he turn into a little girl? I'm very confused. Sent the Royal Knights to destroy them and eradicate the abnormality. Actually, wouldn't they be like an evolutionary thing? And you... Who punched it? I saw it. I saw him be punched. Okay, so you didn't punch the right guy. Okay. Everything's good. Alright. These events led to the 3 materials which are sent to the digital... Alright. The Royal Knights sent to destroy the X-antibody anomalies. These events lead to the 3 materials which are sent into the digital world. Which are sent... I don't know what the 3 materials are sent into the digital world. You're not explaining that. But yeah, that's probably a reason why shit hit the fan in that one. Data Squad. The one where I still can't get over the main character just punching giant Digimon in the face and doing stuff. Marcus. Fucking dingus. Oh, speaking of Digimon, I finally got a hold of cards! I am happy! But I still need to get way more decks. In Digimon Data Squad, a few people are aware of the digital world's existence. DATS, short for Digital Accident Tactics Squad. STARS, a secret government organization in charge of trying to avoid, prevent, and clean up damage or attacks that Digimon cause in the real world. Many of the Tamers in this series are DATS members. However, most Digimon in the digital world hate humanity due to the genocide attempt perpetuated by Digi-Hitler Mr. Kurata, 10 years before the events of the series. Did I mention this happens a lot? A large part of the digital world appears to be ruled by... I'm sorry, who are you? My tongue's wanting to say Mercurymon, but it's not Mercurymon. Mercurymon. Oh, it's that Digimon we've seen in this game a couple times. At least partnered with somebody else. He looks like a dude wearing a blue Garurumon skin with the big bushy green hair. Okay. Wait, he's one of the Olympus 12? Who the fuck is he supposed to be? Hold on. That's right, I haven't gone over the Olympus 12. I could do that later. Maybe if there's time. Who's he supposed to represent? Explain yourself. Who are you? Go to the Olympus 12 page. The devoted Digimon. There it is. There's that special one. Da 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 da. Members. Do 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 do. And he represents... Oh, so he's Mercury. So he's the Roman version of Hermes? That doesn't make any damn sense. What does a wolf have to do with Hermes? Crazy things that don't get lore correctly or mix up shit. I need to make a new chart for the demon lords because their sins are in the wrong spot too. Alrighty. Ruled by fake Hermes, Wolf Boy, but not all Digimon are under his rule or even agree to it. King Dreisel, aka Yggdrasil, reigns as the god of the digital world and is served by the Royal Knights, a group of powerful warrior Digimon. Alright, so I guess that's where they come into play there. Actually, the Royal Knights were first mentioned, I believe, in Frontier, because we had to deal with Dynasmon and Crusadermon. I'll deal with specials later. Just gotta keep moving forward. And my least favorite, Digimon Fusion. The digital world in Digimon Fusion. Why's it gotta be so weird? Tenacious. Definitely have that one on my normal team because Tenacious is yellow. Come on. Load up for me. Bonk. Alright. In Digimon Fusion, the digital world's balance is maintained by the Code Crown, which allows its user to rule over the digital world and even alter its appearance. According to the digital world researcher Wisemon, the digital world has existed much longer than the human world, and it was only recently that humans progressed to utilize digital technology. By the time a group of Digimon were battling Bargamon to keep both their world and the humans' world from being conquered. Okay, I thought I was going to say corrupted. My brain was going with corrupted really quick. However, the fight ended with the Digimon sealed into Digimemories, while the Code Crown's fragments caused the digital world to be divided into multiple zones, which became under attack by the Bagra army's forces. But despite the action of the Fusion Fighters and Blue Flare Bagramons reforms the Code Crown and reformats the digital world into 7 land masses with his fortress in the center of it. Like a douche. But that's all it tells me there. Surprised the Crosswar stuff didn't pop up. Then again, that's a whole nother baloney. Was this another one that required special? I didn't pay much attention. Now we're on to the segment of entering and exiting the digital world. Yeah, this is also a special. Alright. Exit out. Each anime and manga series has a different way for Digimon and humans and other beings to cross back and forth through the digital and real world. Many of which I will go over in the following section. Alright, I don't have to pay attention here. In Adventure, transit to the digital world was only possible via a pre-existing gateway. The gateways were unlocked by the use of the Digivices, pocket-sized devices that assisted in the task of helping a Digidestin's partner Digivolve during battle, by the sharing of energy and whatnot. Other methods of going to the digital world were possible, but these were only rarely used in the series. The exact mechanics of how the portals open are unknown, but in Digimon Adventure 02, it is shown that they could be sealed so that nothing could cross them. That was when Black or Greymon sacrificed himself in the human world. Let's see. There was that weird way that I believe they utilized twice. My Herissmon did it the first time by using Digimon tarot cards and was able to open a portal into the human world in order to get there in the first place with his army. And then they did the same thing again, but Oikawa used the same thing, but a digital program of the tarot cards, and that's how he and the corrupted children got into the Land of Dreams for the series finale. Still don't know how that works. That's just a bunch of crazy. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, in Digimon Adventure movie. In the movie released prior to the start of the series, there was no explanation of how a gateway between the real and digital worlds open. Just that a brief period Digimon could freely travel across, which I guess explains how they got the Koromon and then a Parrotmon shows up. And in 02 introduced the Digiports, programs built into computers which allow access to the digital world. The precise origins of the programs are unclear, but they are activated by D3s, which were the new kind of Digivice, which made no sense why they were called D3 unless you remembered that there were Digidestined before the before Adventure's original 8, so I guess that makes them Gen 3s. The kind of Digivice used in the series, the original Digivice cannot be used to open Digiportals, but if a Digiport program has already been opened, the person wielding the original Digivice can still travel through the digital world. Digiports are capable of appearing on computers randomly. Before the existence of D3s, the original Digidestin had to open the Digiport program and hope the gateway was open, though it would open or close according to chance and was never opened 2 days in a row according to Izzy. In the second adventure movie, our war game,
Digimon named Sunamon was able to infiltrate the wires composing the internet. In the sequel movie Adventure 02 Revenge of Diaboromon, a Digivolve form of the same Digimon broke apart its data and materialized out of the internet onto Earth.
That was pretty wicked sweet.
At the end of Digimon Adventure Tri, Izzy is working on a new gate to freely travel to the digital world without using digiports or any digivices. They just made him too freaking smart sometimes. Let's see, in Digimon Tamers, humans still require some form of portal to access the digital world. Unlike previous series, gateways appear randomly and do not require a device to traverse. The main portals used are found beneath the shed where Gilmon was staying. Yeah, that was pretty weird. The series' random portals cannot transport humans back from the digital world, so instead the monster makers designed the Ark, which, if I remember right, was like a flying pterodactyl drone, which somehow combined with Gallantmon by the end and entered a mode change. It was weird. Main skill. Okay, sweet. It materialized in the digital world as a vessel which the Tamers boarded to biomerge into the real world. A final method of returning to the real world was mentioned by Rio that involved going into another world between the digital and real worlds, though it's never used or explained further in the series. Which opened up the theory of there is a single digital world but multiple Earths, and because Rio was able to traverse Rio's original dimension or timeline is Tamers, but Rio is first shown in Digimon 02 in a flashback with a smaller version of Ken. So he was able to break the boundary of going into a different season, which is a different dimension, and I don't know how they do that, but it happens a lot. So there's this theory that all the digital worlds are the same digital world, just a different layer of the digital world, and each incarnation of the show just takes place on a different level of it.
And that's how you get craziness. Take that, Rick and Morty fans. Try to focus Digimon into a coherent plot of multiverse action. It's not going to be easy. Let's see. One man, Goro Mizuna, alias Shibumi. Why is that still... Oh, it's the boomy part that's clicking into my head. Oh, and I have to evolve things. I was tripping on avatar memories. Boomy! That's why it started to break into my head. Shibumi had his consciousness projected into the the digital world when he entered into a coma following a car accident. Okay. I was not expecting that kind of thing. His body could be seen in the digital world and he could speak, but he was translucent and otherwise immaterial. How he could do this was never explained. Then they pulled that same shit off in Frontier, now that I think about it. You've reached your max. Who else can I max out? Yeah, I'll max that. Or at least we'll try. I need to get some levels out. In Digimon Frontier, traveling to and from the digital world in Frontier is accomplished via the Trailmon Digimon, who are sentient trains. Some are cooler than others. The railways of the digital world traverse dimensions as well as landscapes. The Shibuya train station located on Earth is situated beneath Tokyo's Shibuya station. Hint, hint. This station is known only to Digimon and the humans summoned there. AKA Ophanimon calls you on the phone. You answer that. You answer when Ophanimon calls you. However, the station is integrated into main system of Shibuya and accessed through the normal station's elevator. How no one has stumbled across it is beyond me. Though at a level much deeper than the elevator would normally imply, so yeah, I don't know how you get to it. But I do know how you get to Sesame Street. Digimon Frontier also has another case of human consciousness being projected into the digital world. Koichi is taken there when he falls down a flight of stairs. Did I just say a flight? A flight. Though it appears that he has a physical body in the digital world, he does not sustain any damage when along with the other Digidestined who were physically transported there do, and his own fractal code is never open for the taking when his actual consciousness is scanned by Lucimon, which causes him to flatline in the human world. Oh no! Dun dun dun. It's fine. He's okay. He's fuck, I'm trying to remember his name. Not Takuya. Koji. Yeah, he's Koji's twin brother, and they've never met before because they were separated at birth. That whole plot line is set up and done really nice. Digimon Data Squad. Digimon travel between the worlds using Digigates. In this series, Digigates do not appear randomly and cannot be opened with or do not require a Digivice to access. Digigates are created using a machine, a few of which belong to DATs, the Kiri family and Kurata. Why does a particular family have access to it? DATs can also create Digigates using a machine to send Digitamas or the Digi-Eggs. I know that's another word for Digi-Eggs. The Digi-Eggs of rogue Digimon back into the digital world, which is nice. You don't have to, murder all the Digimon every time. Human transfer to and from the digital world is also possible and called a Digidive. Alright, that's maxed out. I think we can go back there. I think we used enough. And then it goes into Fusion. In Fusion, each of the humans who enter the digital world are pulled from by a specific powerful Digimon. Douchebaggymon. No, I'm kidding. Omnimon for Mikey Kudo, Angie Hinomoto, and Jeremy Tsurugi. Skull Knightmon for Nina Amano and Edwin Amano. Bargramon for Christopher Onoma. I know I'm butchering some of these names. And Quartzmon for Ryuma Mogami. Tactimon is sent into the real world by Bargamon alongside Mikey, Shoutmon, Angie, and Jeremy after being defeated by Decker Greymon and Shoutmon X5. Bargamon later uses the power of the Sword of Storms, which sounds like something out of Shaolin Showdown. Almost couldn't remember the name. And Darkstone to penetrate the barrier between both worlds and invade Earth not long after. Bum bum bum. And that's that there. So, I could totally talk about the Olympus 12 or Olympos 12. Is there any other sort of element that I need to talk about? Oh, there's the digital world in the games. We're talking in general as in the actual canonicity of the series. I don't think the games link into any canon lore unless it's Digimon specific. But at least now I get to figure out what the heck is with these guys. I don't need a Ratchet & Clank advertisement to pop up when I'm trying to read. Alright, the Olympos 12 are a group of 12 mega-level Digimon modeled after the Roman versions of the 12 Olympians, the Greek gods. The Olympus 12 manage the digital world Iliad, which exists on a different server from the digital world ruled by Yggdrasil. However, they possess the ability rivaling that of the Royal Knights, who are also mega-level Digimon, some of which are Ultra. And I don't think we did the thing. Damn it. Alright.
Collect the rewards, retry. So the knights have not felt that they need to personally interfere with the Iliad's affairs. For now, at least. The members of the Olympus 12 protect their own domains while maintaining a position of neutrality regarding the incidents which arise in the digital world. Sounds like most divine beings. Alright, I need to one-shot. Bonk. I choose you. There. I did it! But some Digimon with a similar goal, like Plutomon, who's totally supposed to be Hades, are excluded from their number due to their cruelty in its pursuits. Which is the opposite of Hades, because Hades is a pretty chill dude. The forces that defy the will of the Olympus 12 and oppose them in battle are never-ending, to the point that the hatred of the Digimon they've defeated has been reborn as Titamon, who seeks to have their heads. I want to say that's short for Titanmon. Yeah, and I have that guy. I have him in Digimon ReArise. I believe his Digivolve line is that from... whatchamacallit. Yeah, he evolves prior from a Digitamamon, who's like a giant egg. And before that, I believe... yeah, Ogremon. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward Digimon line. I could see the Ogremon, I did not see the Digitamamon thing happening. Alright, subskill 3 minutes, yeah. Here, part 15. Alright, one I don't have to monitor. Okay, so Titanmon seeks to kill them. Makes sense. Titans, Olympians, they don't really get along well. The members of the Olympus 12 resemble humans, either wearing armor based on specific animals or fused with an animal body. The group is central to the history of the Digimon heroes, although members also appear in Digimon Data Squad, Digimon World Data Squad, Digimon Collectors, Digimon World Next Order, and the card games. Neptunemon, Marsmon, and Apollomon are also members of the Barga Army, and a Minervamon is a member of the Fusion Fighters United Army in Digimon Fusion, although they are not stated to be members of the Olympus 12. Because Fusion doesn't work like that, and God Digimon don't really have their God powers in Fusion. It's pretty garbage, Fusion. Alright, the members, some of the species that are members of the Olympus 12 have also appeared as characters in other media, but are not members of the group. Starting with Apollomon, he's based on the Olympian of Apollo, his animal is a lion, and his dominion is flames. Makes sense. Then there's Bacchusmon. He's basically Bacchus. AKA the Greek version is Dionysus. His animal is a snake, his dominion is wine. While wine is correct, the snake is not really a thing for Bacchus. I mean, I don't know for Bacchus, I just know for Dionysus it's not his thing. That actually would have worked more with Hermes. Herissmon, aka based on Ceres, aka where we get the word cereal from, aka Demeter. Her thing is a bird, her thing is fertility. While I will agree with the fertility thing, it's more the fertility of the land. And a bird is not her thing. I don't really remember her animal, but it's... here's another special one. It's not a bird. There's Dianamon, based on Diana, aka Artemis. Her thing is a rabbit, and her attributes are water and ice. Nah, not exactly her thing. I mean, the rabbit could kind of work with it, because Artemis, where Apollo is the sun, Artemis is the moon, so the whole lore with there's a rabbit on the moon kind of works with it. I'll accept that, but I don't know about the other thing. Now that I think about Apollo with the lion, I think that's more alchemy. Because there's even Pokemon did it with Solgaleo. There's always a thing about the lion and the sun. But Junomon based on Juno, aka Hera, and the peacock. That's totally a thing. Here, fertility also would have worked because she does have power over birth. The reason Hercules had to go through so much trouble is actually she delayed his birth just so that his cousin would be born first and therefore become king of where they were living at. She caused a bunch of trouble for Hercules. Junipermon, Jupitermon, aka Jupiter, aka Zeus. His animal is the owl. His attributes are sky, thunder, and weather. He is not the owl. You are thinking of the eagle. Eagle is Zeus's animal. The owl is closer represented with Athena. And that's because people think owls are smart when actually they're dumb as hell. Marsmon, aka Mars. Animal base, the panther. Obviously, war. He's obviously Aries. I'm not sure about the panther and why he's on fire, but Then we got Murkymon, aka Mercury, aka Hermes. He's wolf, and the thing he attributes over is genius? Either it's genius or genus. Either way, it doesn't make sense, and that's all sorts of wrong. Minervamon, aka based on a Minerva, aka based on Athena. It doesn't even have her with an attribute she's associated with, but it has her as Snake, and the only way I can connect that with Athena in any form is her connection with Medusa. Either way, it's not a good look. I do not approve. Minervamon X may be a little cooler looking, but Neptunemon, aka Neptune, aka Poseidon. He's a fish, rules the sea. Very straightforward. Venusmon, aka based on Venus, aka based on Aphrodite. She's got doves, she represents love, she's a hot chick with doves. It makes sense. And my game froze. Damn it. Well, I'm at the last one, so before we get into development, I'll talk about Volcanismon, based on Vulcan, based on Hephaestus. I don't know why they associated him with an octopus, but he is the god of smithery. I'm very confused about the octopus thing. But yeah, Hephaestus is the blacksmith god of the forge. He should be the one on fire and not Ares. But yeah, be right back. There we go, that got it back. Let's see, development. When Digimon World Redigitized Decode was in development, the producer, Kazuyama Habu, requested Kenji Watanabe to design a Digimon that was both a member of the Olympus 12 and Ogremon's Megaform. This Digimon was originally planned to be Bacchusmon and take design cues from the mythological Shotendoji. However, because it was hard to incorporate wine-based elements with Ogremon's design, the Digimon was redesigned to focus on just on being Ogremon's Megaform. But they still wanted to connect it to the Olympus 12. Watanabe based this Digimon's relationship with the Olympus 12 on Greek mythology, where the 12 Olympians and the Titans were enemies. And because Ogremon was quite Titan-ish, the Digimon was named Titanmon.
That's cute.
Let's see. When it comes to the lore, there's a main article for Mercurymon in Data Squad. There's nothing for Crosswords manga. There's nothing for heroes, nothing for collectors. Alright, Digimon World Next Order. Minervamon is found in the Logic Volcano and asks the hero to deliver a gift to her fellow Olympus member, Dianamon. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing the whole way. Who is in the Frost Cathedral. After accepting the gift, Dianamon
decides to send a letter in return to Minervamon, sending the Tamer to deliver it. Minervamon then once again sends the Tamer back to Dianamon with another gift. This sounds like a back and forth bullshit quest.
Click auto.
And Diana sends the Tamer back to Minervamon with the gift as well. Upon opening Dianamon's gift, Minervamon is covered in water and becomes enraged, assuming Diana was pranking her. Minervamon runs to the Frost Cathedral, arriving before the Tamer. During the duo's argument, Minervamon learns that Dianamon had carved her a sculpture made of ice, which melted due to the heat in the Logic Volcano, as well as the fact that Dianamon didn't like the gifts Minervamon had been sending. When the Tamer tries to calm the two of them down, they attack the Tamer in an attempt to murder them so they couldn't tell the others of their argument. No witnesses. After their defeat, they come to their senses and join the city, joining the Colosseum where Minervamon works during the day and gives rewards to the Tamer Digimon that have 100 discipline and 0 mood, whilst Diana works during the night, and if the Tamer's Digimon has 0 discipline and 100 mood. Okay, that was weird. And then another one for Mercurymon, Data Squad, Bullshnittaroo. Okay, so that just seemed like a bunch of bullshit that happened to that. Like, they were dumb, and then they tried to murder people because they were dumb. Digimon. They can be very dumb. Very, very dumb. I'm not sure if I should go into Digivices, because there's actually quite a lot of that. Let's see if I can find anything for Cress. I almost typed that into the wrong computer. No, not Digimon Adventure. I can try that again. Now it didn't even type in the word I wanted. Computer, why do you make me sound stupid? Oh, look at that. You got your new Digivolution. Good on you. Basically look like a Chinese unicorn. Or Japanese. Depends. Depends on where you are at. And da-da-da! To the rescue! Yeah, this article's not that long considering the majority of the crests aren't a thing. Crests refer to two things: the symbols of traits that a Digidestined or of Digimon Adventure embody and draw power from, as well as their physical manifestation in the form of small tablets, which are then inserted into tags, pendants worn around the neck. When the Digidestined exhibit the trait of their crest, the crest glows, and the power it releases enables their Digimon partners to digivolve from their champion stage to their ultimate level, or in specific cases, from rookie to mega. And I think we covered Warp Mega Evolution last time. And douche growling in the alleyway. Though they were often thought to be the catalysts of their digivolution to their higher power, to their higher forms, Apocalymon's destruction of the physical tags and crests proved them to have merely been a focus point. The power of the crests lies within the Digidestined themselves. However, said powers are returned to the digital world sometime between Adventure and O2, temporarily taking away the ability the Adventure Digidestined's Digimon had to digivolve past Champion. The ability is later restored thanks to the gift of one of Azulamong's Digicords through Genai. The physical crests also exhibit special powers. For example, when Mimi should be knocked out by sleeping gas, her crest shines and revives her. And when a prophecy requires TK and Kari's partners to fire arrows, the arrows appear in beams of light from their crests. Then they can also project lasso-like energy binds. This power is used against Venom Myotismon.
It's silly.
The crests were originally stolen by Piedmon, because he's a dick. He also committed a lot of murder. At some point, he presumably gave them to Devimon, who hid them on the continent of Server, except for the Crest of Light, which was somehow in the possession of Myotismon. However, the DigiDestined were able to get them. Yeah, that's not really specific how he did that. Was this a special one? I don't remember. Subskill. Nope, that was special. I didn't even read that right. I'm dumb. Main skill. Alright. Onward to the Crest of Courage. It's embodied by Tai, and it is emblazoned. Its emblem is a stylized version of the sun. It is the first crest found. Obviously. And bonk. Appearing in a cave wall after the DigiDestined fleet Edamon's attack and allowing them to escape the collapsing cavern. It's normally used to digivolve Greymon into Metal Greymon, as well as warp digivolve Agumon into War Greymon. However, when Tai first tries to force Agumon to digivolve, the crest is temporarily corrupted, turning black and causing Greymon to dark digivolve into Skull Greymon. It first glows properly when Tai risks his own life to save Sora when she is held captive by Datamon. It was creepy. Its image is emblazoned upon the Digimantle of Courage, and we went over that. Other Digimon who have the symbol on it are War Greymon, Omnimon Brave Shield, Omnimon Zwart's Shield, King Edamon's Belt, I guess that's a nod to it, and Rise Greymon X Wings. The Crest of Friendship, embodied by Matt. It is emblemed as resembling a yin-yang enclosed by a stylized eye. It's an odd thing. That is tied for the fourth crest found, appearing in a well outside of Piximon's domain, along with the Crest of Knowledge, normally used to digivolve Garurumon to Were-Garurumon, as well as Gabumon to Metal Garurumon. First shines when Matt realizes that Joe truly is his friend and refuses to abandon him. His crest also helps heal Tai and War Greymon when they are near death during the battle against Piedmon. I don't remember that part. Let's see. It's on the Digimantle of Friendship, whose Digivolutions may have the crest somewhere on their body. Crest of Love, embodied by Sora. It's a fancy little heart. It's a stylized heart. It's the seventh crest found, though it is in Datamon's possession, who then uses it in an attempt to create a Sora clone to strike back against Edamon. Oh yeah, because she was clearly the strongest member. That's what you needed to do. It's used to make Birdramon turn into Garudamon. First shines when Sora allows Biyomon to digivolve and fight Myotismon, despite her concern for Biyomon's safety, helping her get through the battle. It's on the Digimantle of Love too, and those who digivolve with that have the crest somewhere on their body. The Crest of Sincerity, aka the Crest of Purity. It is embodied by Mimi, and the emblem is a stylized teardrop. Ba-bong! Looks like my Digimon's gonna go crazy again. Alright. It is the third crest found, appearing in the budding flower of a giant desert cactus. It's used to make Togemon become Lilymon. It first shines when Mimi finally committed to upholding her promise to the Gekomon. She was using them for free shit. It also revives Mimi from sleep when the spell cast upon the children from Myotismon, blah 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 blah. In the official subs of O2, it's renamed the Crest of Purity. It's also on the Digimantle of Sincerity, whose Digivolutions have the crest somewhere on their body. The Crest of Knowledge, embodied by Izzy. Its emblem is a stylized pair of spectacles with one lens larger than the other. It's tied for the fourth crest being found, the same as the Crest of Friendship. It makes Kabuterimon become Mega Kabuterimon, and it shines first when Izzy reclaims his curiosity from Vedamon. Oh yeah, he did like this weird mental thing on him. It's also on the Digimantle of Knowledge, whose evolutionary line have the crest somewhere on their body. Let's see, the Crest of Reliability, aka the Crest of Sincerity, embodied by Joe. It's an emblem of a cross in inters. It has. It's a cross, but it also has like 4 little like triangles in each of the sides. Herissmon continues to be influenced by the spirals. Oh no! Meanwhile, a Mega Digimon that even he can't defeat appears. Powerless alone, will Takumi be able to stand up and fight? Probably not. But then again, this story is very, predictable. It is the second crest found, appearing in a big rock lying on the ground. Convenient. With many rocks in a cage where Edamon traps the Digidestin. And we cleared that. However, I'm not done with this one. Not while I have stars to get. Stars. I'm only missing 3, which is better than last time. I'll finish off Joe real quick, and then I'm going to do these stars. And then I'll finish off the other crests for the rest of you guys. Its attainment also served as an escape route. It's used to digivolve Ikakumon and Izurumon. It first shines when Joe rescues TK from drowning despite not knowing how to swim and almost drowns as a result for himself. His crest light also cuts an opening in Herissmon's fog bank. Before they were taken down, the official subtitles for 02 from Toei Animation had referred to it as the Crest of Honesty. I can see that. Joe has a hard time lying. The Digimantle of Reliability, Digimon that use that have the crest somewhere on their body, and I shall be right back with you with the Crest of Hope, so see you soon. Really quick while I was doing things, just getting this into the video really quick, so that we also have a second Digivolution, and maybe he'll make it onto the team. Wow! So many X-Antibody Digimon! Now if I had X-Antibody Omnimon, that would be kind of awesome. And come on, show me his stats. Him probably will make it onto the team. Oh, and his damage output! Oh, his damage output! But yeah, this is sweet! By the way, back to the grind! 4 stars! I did it! I needed to create an all-healer team, but I did it! Now I can move on and talk about the Crest of Hope, which is embodied by TK, which makes me wonder... excuse me. Rockstar burp. How come none of the original 4 Digidestin before the Adventure 8, how come they didn't have crests or anything? The Crest of Hope is the 6th crest found, appearing on the wall of a cliff, which then severed the entrance into Edamon's base of operations. It's used to digivolve Angemon into Magna Angemon. First shines when TK and Tokomon are reunited by Tai and Agumon after Devimon has separated them with his lies about Matt not wanting to see TK ever again because douche turd gonna douche turd. Also provides the arrow that Angemon uses to help Gabumon warp digivolve to Metal Garurumon. Its image is emblazoned on the Digimantle of Hope, whose Digivolutions may have the crest somewhere on their body. It is also found on Magna Angemon's forearm, Seraphimon's placard, Nightmon and Greatest Cutemon's shields, and Nightmon Y's sword mode, and Shoutmon X4K's cape. A stylish version of it appears on Nightmon's and Nightwisemon's sword modes and Greatest Cutemon's breastplate. It's a lot of stuff. Got those. Claim rewards. Now we move on to the Crest of Light. Embodied by Kari, its emblem... Oh yeah, I didn't even say what the emblem for the... Yeah, the Crest of Hope's emblem is like a shooting star. That's what it says here, but I always thought it was like the sun coming over a mountaintop. But Kari's emblem is that of a stylized star.
That's what they say it is.
Let's see. I'm gonna do some PK Battle Park real quick, and then while I don't have enough Digirubies for major summonings, I do have at least 40 tickets, so I can do at least some summonings there. The Crest of Light is the 8th crest found, though it and its associated tag were already in Herissmon's possession by the time the Digidestin realized it even existed. Under Herissmon's commands, copies are distributed among the followers and used to detect if at the time the unknown 8th child. I don't know how he made copies. It's just something he was able to do. Let's see. With Kari, however, it is used to digivolve Gatomon into Anjouamon. It first shines when Kari offers herself up to keep Phantomon from hurting her friends. A move that kind of like bites them in the ass anyway. Well, they're about to die. Her friends. Her crest also produces an arrow needed for Agumon to warp Digivolve into War Greymon, and acts as a conduit to help the disembodied spirit of the digital world possess Kari, aka homeostasis. In Digimon World Redigitized Decoded, the Crest of Light also reacts when Tiga defeats Kari in the Miko of Light free battle. The light chip also has the power of the Crest of Light loaded into it. Sounds like some BS, but okay. The image is also emblazoned on the Digimantle of Light, whose Digivolutions may have the crest somewhere on their body. It is also the basis of the what the frack? What is that word? Oh, the Tiferet. Okay. The Tree of Life, basically. That's what it's culminated or translated into. I couldn't say that for the life of me. Alright, which appears on Sakakumon, Rosemon Burst Mode, and Babamon. In Digimon Universe Appli Monsters manga, the emblem of the Crest of Light appears on the computer monitor when Minerva is activated for the first time. The Crest of Kindness, embodied by Ken Ichijoji from O2. Its emblem is a stylized rosebud. I don't see it, but you do you. Is the 9th crest found, initially corrupted into being the energy source for the Digimon Emperor's base. The harmonious ones use it as the base for the Digimantle of Miracles, and is found in its true form after the battle with Chimeramon. Click. Though it is never used to Digivolve Wormmon, and its tag is never found, it is used by Ken in an attempt to shut down the Digimon Emperor's base, which is his own. I should have just said that. And since we're nearing the end, we can just go ahead and go into the summons. Strangely, the crest in both the English and Japanese versions shows a form of sapience. In the 2 episodes, The Darkness Before Dawn and The Crest of Kindness, the crest speaks to Davis, telling him that it believes in Ken and wants Davis to believe in him too. That's not weird. How much longer do I have? 10 days. Pretty sure I can amass more Digirubies in that time. Let's go on for our first summonings. Let's see, he wants him to do according to what Davis reveals to the others later. Davis even surmises that by the point the crest was a manifestation of the goodness that was trapped in Ken, and as a result trusted it and Ken. In the Japanese version of the Crest of Kindness,
The crest speaks again after the defeat of the Emperor, and only Davis can hear its voice, and he says that he heard a voice saying that it wished to return to where it truly belonged. The crest then flies over to Ken, who is now free from evil of the Digimon Emperor. Or his bad self, if you want to go it that way. An amnesiac Ken takes the crest with him into the digital world when he goes looking for Wormmon and his heart. Arriving in Primary Village, a Poyomon explains to him that this is the place where all Digimon are reborn and Wormmon would be there. Ooh, I'm hoping that means we have a good summons. Initially excited, Ken is unable to find Wormmon as he cannot remember what his partner's Digi-Egg looks like. Which is true. You usually see them as like the babies, so you don't have any idea what the Digi-Egg looks like. And all Digi-Eggs are just really random looking. Let's see. And then it it is a variable hunt. No, never mind. Can't remember what his Digi-Egg looks like, and then is verbally hurt by the words of the baby form of his former victims who are upset at him since he was the Digimon Emperor.
See, they know exactly who he is. Crazy.
Realizing the cruelty he caused and the fact that he cannot remember any good memories, he forces himself to remember the first time he came to the digital world and met Wormmon. Pushing past the residual influence of the Dark Spore, he is able to remember the person he used to be and the promise he made to Wormmon to always be that person. Yeah, that worked. Sad that he broke the promise he vows to himself that he will try to be kind and a gentle person that Wormmon and his brother wanted him to be. This sparks a reaction from the crest, which glows and causes a nearby Digi-Egg to glow. A Digi-Egg containing his partner, reuniting the pair. The image emblazoned on the Mantle of Kindness, which Digivolutions may have the crest somewhere on their body. Then there is the Crest of Miracles and the Crest of Destiny, both of which are... They're not shown in the show, per se, but their Digimantles were, so it's a little on the confusing side. The image emblazoned of the Digimantle of Miracles, whose Digivolution may have the crest somewhere on their body, and the Digimantle of Destiny, whose Digivolutions may have the crest somewhere on their body. And yeah. With the crests and the mantles, it really gets to be a little hard on... we have another Demon Lord. For a moment, I saw the Myotismon, I'm like, Venom! No. We have a Demon Lord. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, there's no crests for Darkness, Vanity, Desire, Guts. Those guys are missing their crests. Which I would love to see. Maybe the reboot? Maybe you guys would like to, show me your crest moves. But as for lore, I think that's about all I will spill for now. Babamon. I'll save more lore, or at least think of more lore to come up in later videos. We still have more acts to go. I don't know how many acts are in the first season, or what they call the season for Digimon ReArise. So yeah, it'd be good to keep as much lore as I can. Or we can go over certain Digivolution lines. Anyone has a favorite Digimon, write them in the comments. We'll go over their Digivolution line. Talk about how awesome they are. And it is taking its sweet time to get there. That usually means goodies. The longer it takes to finish that last little bit, usually the better. However, there's no butterfly here, so I'm a bit on the suspicious side, unless there's something that's going to happen now. Nah. So, prolonging any sort of tension, I skip, and we get our answer in that it was all crap. Alright. A few more summons.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Please. Can I get a Venomiotisma, please? That's all I really want left from here. You keep the Tyrannomon, I don't care. All I want is the Venomiotismon, please, Digigods of RNG. Sometimes I sporadically end up in song. No butterfly, but we have a green field, so it's possible that something good will happen. Apologize for all the scuffy couch. I mean, not couch, but recliner noises. I'll have to perform maintenance on this thing. Another screw came off. Oh, I got an Ogremon. Boop! And our last pull. For these tickets, at least. Which was good I got more from the rewards, because I did not have enough of the other currencies to buy more tickets. No butterfly. And we have a green field. 2 orange. And a 3rd orange. And what we get for our RNG? Will we get some good? Well, they're fodder. They're all pretty much fodder. Can't believe we got 2 of these, though. We got the 2 megas. I really haven't put anything into him yet. I feel silly about that. But yeah, I'll be coming for this one. I want that Grand Drachmon, damn it! Can't believe we pulled the Millennium on our first try. I'm going for that Venomiotismon and that Grand Drachmon. Those are really my 2 goals, damn it!
But I digress.
That brings us to an end of this episode. As soon as I claim this reward. And we have another 5 Digirubies. Da 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 da. How do I have 89? That doesn't make sense. Not sure how you can have an uneven number like that. Well, upgrade a plug 5 times, awaken Digimon 3 times, participate in Battle Park, win Battle Park, participate in Clash, support in Clash, and clear 10 vortex things. Okay. All that can be done in my off time as I try to once more figure out how the f I'm supposed to put together this Switch capture card OBS system garbage. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the lore talk. Hope you've had a good day or night depending on when you see this video. And as always, my wonderful lovelies, remember to stay awesome and tell me what you want to hear more. Thank you again for helping me reach 500 subscribers, and look forward to more content in the coming whoever knows how long I plan on keeping doing this. But yeah, until that eventually stops, look forward to more, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, bye bye!